Joining us for Denver 7 News at 6 this Tuesday evening, I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. Childcare is as much about the parents as it is children.
Now, finding good childcare can be so tough here in the Denver metro. It's expensive, and the industry is stretched thin by shortages. An analysis by the Center for American Progress offers a new way to visualize which communities are experiencing childcare scarcity in Colorado. So all those areas in orange, those represent childcare deserts.
So here's what's interesting. Much of the areas with childcare scarcity overlap with communities experiencing high levels of poverty. The same is also true for parts of the metro with high percentages of Black and Hispanic Latino populations.
Now, those options are getting more scarce. Parents with children attending a downtown Denver preschool just found out it's closing this summer.
Denver 7's Micah Smith spoke with parents concerned over the Wonder Academy shutting its doors and now scrambling to figure out what they're going to do for childcare.
This group of parents won a lottery of sorts, getting their kids a spot in a downtown Denver preschool called the Wonder Academy.
The wait list to get a kid below 3 years old into a daycare, they're 2 years long.
We were super excited to have something that was local, a place where our kids were happy to be.
But a week ago, they learned a developer bought the building from the Wonder Academy's landlord. The preschool closes July 28th.
I have a wife, and we wanted to make sure that we felt included, and we wanted a community that was inclusive of the LGBTQ community. And when we had gone to other schools, we didn't quite feel comfortable, but coming to Wonder Academy, it was no problem. We were widely accepted.
My granddaughter Winnie attends the Wonder Academy here. My daughter is a single parent. She relies on public assistance to send my granddaughter here through CCAP. And most daycare centers don't provide positions for children who need assistance.
In a statement to Denver 7, the owner and founder of the Wonder Academy, Chelsea Moran, said, in part, there's been a shortage of spaces, especially in the infant and toddler age range, for well over a decade. And yet it's simply left to families to figure out a way to find care that aligns with their values and budget. It is heartbreaking.
I just think that there's a child care crisis in this city, and I really think that it needs to be addressed.
It seems really short-sighted to focus too much on the building housing for people who are ostensibly some proportion of them have kids and need childcare.
I'm not a city planner or a politician by any means, but I do think there needs to be some sort of protections for locations that are set up as educational facilities. You know, obviously public schools, but where are you going to put your kids between the time when they're 3 months old if you're a working parent?
I just want to highlight how good the school is. I mean, they put a lot of work into developing their staff.
And these parents say finding that again.
We're now on 15 wait lists across the city.
I think we're on about 15 different wait lists right now.
Will be a big challenge. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Oh, that is so frustrating. And we reached out to the City of Denver's planning department asking if they're taking into consideration that childcare facilities are at risk of redevelopment. And in a statement, while the city isn't involved in the lease agreement the Wonder Academy has with the building owner or the sale of the building, we have already acted through code updates to try to increase access to childcare. Now, in 2021, the city updated zoning in its Golden Triangle neighborhood plan. It requires larger developments to retain spaces for commercial services, such as future childcare facilities.
And cities all over the country are working to restructure how families can access childcare. So let's take one example. Let's take Portland, Oregon for an example tonight. Now, voters in Multnomah County, that's where Portland is, supported a preschool for all plan in 2020. This is funded by an added income tax on the county's highest earners. The program will work to double preschool teacher pay by the end of the decade, encourage schools to build in childcare deserts like we've been talking about, and provide free preschool for all 3- and 4-year-olds in the county by 2030.
We're in the midst of the pandemic when this came about. People recognized and heard those stories and said, yes, this is something that we needed to do.
All of those pieces converged to like, yes, we need this and we're ready for it.
Now, here in Colorado, an advocacy group is working to create a special taxing district in Longmont to fund early childhood development. The Early Childhood Alliance hopes to put this issue on the ballot in November. Now, specific details like how much the tax would generate, that's still being worked out.
President Joe Biden signed an executive order today aimed at helping more people find care for children, the elderly, and people with disabilities. This order includes more than 50 directives for federal agencies to take action to improve access. It would also require the Defense Department to improve affordability of child care for military families. It also plans to raise pay and benefits for teachers and staff in a Head Start program.